dive in, excuse me. Number one, what mastering a vertical really means. So what does it mean to master a vertical? Does it mean that you have to go 100% all in? It means that you are committing to becoming the go-to MSP for one industry in particular. That's it. It requires more than just liking the idea of medical or legal or manufacturing. Mastering this vertical means that your entire brand starts reflecting that specialization. Now, if you have already built something and you want to sub-brand and niche, that's fine too. For example, let's take the medical vertical that a lot of MSPs are really leaning into. When you serve medical practices, your message totally changes. You start talking about things like compliance pressures that they're under, minimizing that downtime that affects patient care, helping clinical staff work efficiently, and supporting practice managers who are stretched thin. Can you hear the difference between what that messaging looks like and sounds like compared to what you're doing right now with your messaging as a generalist MSP? When your content reflects their world and they recognize you instantly, it's right then trust starts building before you ever get on a call, because you're speaking their language, they understand you, and how you show up in front of them is totally different than a generalist MSP who doesn't really speak their language specifically. So mastering this vertical or a vertical positions you as the absolute next expert, not just another MSP. Why MSPs? This is second tier of conversation, is why do MSPs struggle to pick a niche? I know why, because it feels limiting. I get it. A lot of you guys, you avoid niching even though you know that it would probably help you stand out. Number one, the fear of turning away revenue. This is a big one. If you don't want to say no to money, depending on what stage you're in, I get it. But if your current client base is all over the place, you've got a dentist here, a construction company here, a nonprofit, a law firm, then maybe there's not one particular niche that you feel like you can identify as yours. I always recommend the exercise of going through your P&L, looking at profitability, understanding which clients are most profitable and which are least profitable, and narrowing that down. But if you have really the same and quite a diverse customer base all over the place, then maybe narrowing down feels unnatural to you. And I understand that. And then also confidence is a big part of it. A lot of MSPs want to specialize, but really don't feel ready. They think they might need 20 clients in a vertical before they can claim it. And I understand. And that's certainly part of the thought process. So here's the thing though, you don't want to wait for confidence to specialize. And maybe it's not a vertical like healthcare. Maybe it's a business size that you specialize in. Maybe it's a particular region that you specialize in or something like that. You need to pick something that can give your buyer confidence, because your message becomes clearer, your content becomes stronger, and your leads become more aligned with who you serve best. So think about that when you think about your niche. It doesn't have to be a type of business. It can be lots of different things, that's for sure. Here's what you need to have in place or need to build to really master a vertical. And we're going to get really practical here for just a second. If you're going to pick a vertical and actually get traction, then here's what you need to build. And this is where, to be honest, most MSPs usually cut corners. It's going to slow your momentum. So take notes right here. Number one, you at minimum need a dedicated niche page on your website today. I recommend long-term going all in with a whole website for that vertical or niche, but you definitely don't need just a generic services page. At minimum, you need to build one vertical specific page that speaks the language to that industry. Ideally, again, it's going to be the homepage and the whole website. But if you don't have this yet, at minimum, have one place for them to go that's very clear from the homepage, that talks all about their challenges, their compliance needs, their workflow frustrations, their outcomes, whatever that might be. Number two, you need 3 very strong case studies, not coming soon or those types of things. You need a very poignant, specific, real story with real outcome tied to this particular niche or vertical. They don't have to be super fancy. They could just be a landing page on your website that says, before they worked with us, what we did. And then after, just really clear, specific, relevant case studies. And you need at least 3 of them on that page or on your homepage if you're going all in with the whole website. And then you need video testimonials. Number 3, it doesn't have to be mass produced beautifully, whatever. One solid Zoom or Teams recorded meeting video testimonial where you say, hey, what was life like before working with us? Here's what did we come in and do? And then how do you feel now that, and use feeling words because you want them to talk about, oh, such relief. You want them to really hit those heartstrings. One of these video testimonials is worth 10 written quotes. I guarantee you, people really want to see someone like them describing how you solve their problem. Again, going back to, let's not hide this on a subpage somewhere, but front and center. If you're willing to do your whole website around this vertical niche or problem that you solve, highly recommend it. And then number 4, monthly email marketing that is very specific to this vertical. You can get contacts, go to trade shows, make sure that you're pulling in more contacts to be able to communicate with on a regular basis. Think about industry insights, common mistakes that they're making in their business that you're seeing, emerging risks, compliance reminders, whatever matters most to them. Start to build authority and stay top of mind by talking about the problems that they're dealing with every day, not just talking about how you solve them. Number 5, I also recommend your Dream 100. Pick your top 100 prospects, partners, referral sources, and industry influencers in that vertical, and then nurture them consistently with sales emails, newsletters specifically, not like salesy, but just consistent newsletters, nurturing helpful content, relationship building. We're not going to go all in on sales yet because that's going to come around when you're positioning yourself as the authority in that niche. Number 6, vertical specific content. So as you're creating your content, it all should be, or a lot of it, if you're going all in, specific to the vertical. So blog content, video content, case studies, QBR templates, whatever. If you have a specific QBR template for a healthcare or a particular vertical, anything that shows that you really understand their world more deeply than their competitors is of huge value. And then lastly, number 7, a strong lead magnet or checklist, something that they'll actually want and will download because it solves a real problem for them. That is huge. And we want to make sure that we have that at bare minimum, those resources available to them. When you have these pieces in place, or hey, check, I can get all of these, your MSP stops sounding like a generalist and starts sounding like an obvious choice. So make sure that you have the opportunity to dig into those particular things to get started as you decide to shift into a vertical. Okay, let's go back to the medical vertical since I've mentioned it and pull this together. Imagine an MSP with a particular niche web page, titled IT Support for Medical Practices. If that same page had 3 case studies from clinics, urgent care centers, or specialty practices on it, a video testimonial from a practice manager, you're also sending monthly emails about compliance reminders, cybersecurity threats specific to healthcare. You have a Dream 100 targeted list of local practices, associations, and administrators. You've got content written in the language of healthcare. Think about a medical prospect who has been able to see all of that over the course of time. They're not going to compare you to the general MSP down the street. They already see you as a specialist. And that's how mastering a vertical shortens the sales cycle and increases your close rate. You have proven yourself through the work that you put in. You're no longer trying to prove that you understand them. The proof is already out there. You've taken the time and you've done this. Laura, how long does it take? And when do you know if you're ready for a second vertical? And you can do this for as much as you want to, but I would say think about timelines, because this is the part that really does surprise people. It's not instant. It's going to take, I would say, 6 months to a year of consistent content, focused marketing and outreach before you really start to see and feel that momentum. So if you're not willing to go all in, then perhaps you spin up a sub brand. But when it hits fast, and you'll hear things from your prospects like, yeah, I've been following your content, or I've been getting your emails, or I didn't realize that there were MSPs that focused and specialized in this. They'll say, we need somebody who understands HIPAA, and we've seen your stuff. It's a sign that you're working. So you should start to measure some of those conversations, and then know we are adding a second vertical if you want to, only when you know the first one is working, which means you're getting consistent inbound leads. Your case studies are up and running and you're getting new ones regularly. Your email engagement is strong. Your message is undoubtedly clear. And you know you're seen as the go-to expert in that vertical. If your first vertical isn't producing yet, then do not add another vertical. Okay, so this is just hitting on a few things and remembering that mastering a vertical is one of the strongest moves that your MSP can make to build authority and improve lead quality and simplify your whole marketing effort, to be honest. But you have to build the right pieces, these case studies, these niche pages, these testimonials, video testimonials, vertical focused emails, Dream 100 list. All of those things are really important. And I hope that this has helped you. If it has, please subscribe to the No Grow Scale podcast, leave us a quick review and share it with another MSP owner who might need some help clarifying on niching. I'm Laura Johns. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you next time on the No Grow Scale podcast.